Alright, what is up? This is Slow Plays, and we got breaking news on Bleach Rebirth of Souls DLC characters. They have been leaked, alright? They have been data mined. I would say, as always, take what is said and shown in this video with a grain of salt, just because this hasn't been officially announced by Bandai Namco or Tamsoft or any devs related to this game, okay? We're going to be going over this in just a second, but first and foremost, I want to, put a little spoiler tag here. Yeah, we're going to get into potential spoilers. If you want to be surprised on these characters, which honestly, none of these really came off as a surprise for me, I think that these are very solid choices for the 4 DLC characters, and I think most people would be happy. There's always going to be people that are not happy about it, but I'm going to count down in 3, 2, 1. You've been warned, so we're going to get into the 4 characters that were leaked and data mined by the homie Sergio. Okay, if you don't know who Sergio is, this dude, he has done several leaks of anime games. He's very good at data mining. Because of him, we were able to data mine characters from, I believe, Jump Force. I got to know him mainly through Jump Force initially. He did stuff on Sparking Zero. I believe he did stuff on Fighters. Several anime games he's leaked a lot of the stuff within the data. And it's crazy because they just left all this in the data. And again, these are very reasonable choices for the characters. And you guys can let me know if you think this is good or not, okay? So you go, sorry guys, I was going to make a video explaining, but really I don't want to go through the hassle. So here are my quick findings. He actually did make a video, so I'll link that down below if you want to watch his video. He kind of goes over and like I think he breaks down like, you know, how he found all this. It's like the hexadecimal stuff, and then there are actual legitimate images that show these characters, okay? So there are strong indications, not fully confirmed exactly, so, you know, you don't have to believe this if you don't want to. I'm just going over this because I believe it, and I do trust Sergio, right? These are 3 of the 4 DLC characters, okay? He's showing 3 here, but there is a 4th one that is pretty obvious who it is. I'll go over it in just a second. So we have Yuhaba. Okay, we have True Zangetsu Ichigo, aka True Bankai Ichigo, whatever you want to call it. The one where he's got the 2 blades, right? He's got the little one and like the bigger one with like the hollowed part to it. That's what he gets after his, Zangetsu gets destroyed at the very end of the first like season of 1000-Year Blood War. And by the way, if I didn't already mention this, which you guys should know by now, these are all 1000-Year Blood War characters. They already confirmed that all 4 of these would be part of that, okay, part of the season pass, okay? And then the 3rd character is Ichibe. If you guys don't know who that is, all right? So here, let me go over these characters for those of you that don't know, okay? And then the 4th character is going to be Captain Unohana, right? Because I was talking about that in my previous video where I was like, okay, if they're going to include any DLC characters, at least one of them has to be Unohana because she has a major, important, role at the very early first, like, season of 1000-Year Blood War, okay? And she actually fights, okay? So she actually becomes like somebody that can fight, and she's not included in the base, okay? Unfortunately, throughout the entirety of Bleach, for the most part, she was mainly support as healing. We didn't actually see her unleash like actual battle, shit. So she never used her Zanpakuto or anything. So yeah, that's cool that we're actually getting it. And again, I think these are great choices, okay? So Yuaba, if you don't know who he is the main major villain of the 1000-Year Blood War. So he was to be expected. Another version of Ichigo was to be expected, okay? This is, we have how many versions of Ichigo? 3, right? And then he's got like 50,000 forms in general. So makes sense, main character. If you play any anime game, they're going to be getting several different variants, okay? Look at Goku and Sparking Zero. He's got 15,000 different versions. Look at Naruto, Naruto Storm, and even Sasuke, okay? They have their younger versions, their Shippuden versions. They have the adult versions, right? They have, there's so many, right? And then you have all their transformations with it, right? So Ichigo's obviously going to get his versions, and the fact that he didn't get an actual outfit from the 1000-Year Blood War as like a variant for his original versions, we knew that this was coming, right? Because he's got to be able to, we got to see him in his 1000-Year Blood War fit, right? Because he's got a different, Shinigami outfit, and his Bankai looks different and everything, and then his True Zangetsu is different. He's going to be awesome, right? Yuaba and Ichigo, they're going to be amazing in terms of, like, their, how powerful they are in-game, okay? And then, if you don't know who Ichibe is, he is actually the captain of Squad Zero, right? Or, I mean, you could call him captain or main commander of Squad Zero. He's very important. Okay, he's very important. Think of him as, Yamamoto in a sense. Not really, but like, like the big man, the major guy out of the, all the squads in a sense, okay? He's the big guy of Squad Zero specifically who gets introduced in 1000-Year Blood War So yeah, I love these choices. They're gonna be fucking awesome. And then of course Unohana is really, really important too. So let's go over these. You can see the actual text right here. Ichibe. We have what is it? I think that. Oh no, that's just different languages. Okay, is there more here? Oh, let me see here. There it is. Unohana's up there, and then you have a lot of like NPC characters and shit. Okay, I don't think there's anybody else. There's Ichigo, Yuhaba. Yeah, that should be everyone. Okay. There are multiple characters with files in the game that suggest that they were supposed to be playable at some point but were scrapped. Some of them, such names are Unohana, Aizen Awaken. We'll keep data mining for this for now. Okay. So again, when he says Unohana, this is just from the like text that he saw. We actually have actual images that he goes over. Okay. So shout outs to the Bleach account right here. They put out these images. So if you needed further proof, that's literally them. We have these black and white images of Ichibe here. We have I'm just gonna call him 1000-Year Blood War Ichigo for now. True Zangetsu Ichigo's, that works out too. There's an image of him, and then there's Yuhaba there. Hold up, there is, okay, so here are some colored images. All right, they have like some like splash screen thingies or whatever, these like thumbnails. There's Ichibe again, and then there's Yuhaba. They look great, dude. The artwork looks really, really clean, okay? And then if you needed to see Unohana, she should be down there, okay? So yeah, these are all like the black and white images. They have like even dummy photos and stuff of certain characters. Like right there's Yumi Chika, and then there's Final Form Aizen and shit. Okay, they're not playable in the game. There are a lot of characters that are not playable. They have models, they're not playable. And then there is Retsu Unohana up there, and it's more specifically, it's not just normal Unohana, okay, where she's all happy and she's got her hair tied to hide the scar. No, this is literally the one. Okay, so this is when she's like, I don't want to say evil, but like she becomes like the bloodthirsty version where she fights Kenpachi. Okay, she was the original Kenpachi. Oh shit, plot twist, spoilers right now. I don't want to get into details on all that, but yeah, you can see it from her facial expression and even her hair, where she's like pulling out the blade and it's like the disgusting like bloody shit or whatever. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome, and she's gonna have the little scar right here. So yeah, I'm so excited for this. Okay, I think that's a solid DLC. If you need some images for reference for what these characters look like in full, person here, we have Yuhaba. Again, he is the king of the Quincy's. All right, this is our main antagonist, our main villain, if you guys haven't watched Bleach yet, because there are a lot of people that are getting into Bleach specifically because of this game, and I fucking love that. Okay, it's the same thing with like Dragon Ball games. There's some people who never even watch Dragon Ball that get into the games, and then they're like, oh, this shit's fire, and then they want to get into the actual like anime and stuff. So that's great. This is gonna get more eyes on Bleach, and I think this game is pretty successful so far. So there's Unohana in her like bloodthirsty variant or whatever. I love this. This is so cool, man. I'm so happy she's in the game. All right, I wanted her back. I think I wanted her probably more than a lot of characters, right? And then of course we have Ichibe here. He will fuck you up. This guy will fuck you up. Excellent choice. And then of course we have here, this is if you needed to see what true Zangetsu is. This is a new upgraded Zanpakuto, the real Zangetsu. This is the real shit. All right, that shit before, that wasn't the real shit. That was just the that was the beta version. This is the alpha version or whatever. Yeah, he looks awesome, dude. Oh, I cannot wait for this. And the main differences between his outfit is he's got this like, I don't know, it's like this guard, this like X guard thing. That's the outfit he gets right at the end of the Fullbring arc when his powers get restored. And then at the very end of the first season of 1000-Year Blood War, he gets the true Zangetsu. Now, I know people are going to point out the fact that, what the hell, there's only 4 characters. Like, why aren't there more? And, there's this character that I wanted from, the Quincy side of things, okay, from the 1000-Year Blood War and all this shit. It's like, oh, there are other characters that didn't make it, like Orihime or, there's so many characters that are not playable that have models in the game and stuff like that, okay? Some stuff could be free update. I'm not confirming that. I'm just saying, like, Demon Slayer, for example, did that where it's like, oh, we have all these demons that are not playable yet, but we'll make them free update characters, post-launch, which, that kind of sucks that you gotta wait for that, but it is what it is, okay? And that's the thing. The game, the way that it functions and how the reversal is, they even said, like, the producer said, like, oh, there's a reason why we can't have some of these characters really playable, because they don't really have like a fighting style. Like they don't really fight, you know, yet until 1,000 Year Blood War. So maybe they're waiting on that. But for the 4 characters is a solid choice. I believe they did say that these would come out, you know, it would be sequentially single characters, right? Not like all at once. Okay, it's not going to be like a full pack. Okay, this is going to be more like, for example, Dragon Ball Fighters. They started doing single character releases, and I know people were like, oh, well, in Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero, they released like 4 to, you know, 20 characters in one pack at one time, right? Those games are completely different. They play completely different from a game like this. This game has a lot more detail and intricacies with it. Each character plays differently. They have special abilities and aspects to them that certain other characters don't have. Obviously, the base, the foundation of it is, you know, they're all going to play in a similar way for that. But, like, for example, like Ichigo, he's got like 15 different awakenings, or same thing with Aizen. He can awaken like many times. Rukia, he's got 2 awakenings, you know, and then you have the reawakening or whatever the fuck it is, right? For certain characters, like, what is his name? Why say what is his name? Is my favorite character, Uryu. Okay, he's got like a reawakening ability, right? So you have to consider all of that when it comes to these characters, and I don't know exactly when these are going to be released. I'm going to predict about maybe a few months, like maybe 3 to 5 months after the game's launch. So I can't remember when I think the final core of 1,000 Year Blood War is coming. So I don't think we're going to see like the major stuff. I could be wrong. They could include some stuff on that. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Like, what I'm referring to is at the very end, Ichigo gets this new form thing, okay? They call it, I don't even know what the form name was. I guess it would be True Bankai Hollowification Quincy Fusion form. The one where he's got the fucking horn, and he's got, like, the hollowification, like, powers integrated into the Shinigami's fusion and shit, and, like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. He gets this crazy-ass new form at the very end, right? And we have not seen yet in the anime, okay? And then, you know, Yuhoba, he's got this, like, 1,015,000 eyes shit or whatever, like, like this. Bleach gets crazy, but dog, y'all gotta watch it. Y'all gotta watch this shit, all right? We'll see what happens, but yeah, I'm very excited. I think these are great choices. Again, shout-outs to Sergio for actually putting this information out here. This is good to know for those of you that are on the fence about buying the DLC or even buying the Ultimate Edition. If these are, you know, 4 characters that all of them you're interested in, by all means, get the Season Pass or the Ultimate Edition. It's a good deal, and, you know who you're looking forward to. It's unlike, you know, Sparking Zero right now. We don't exactly 100% know who's coming. We can have speculation and good ideas of who's going to be coming in these last 2 packs or whatever, which I think they're all going to be good characters for the most part. But there are people who don't even care about Daima, so they, you know, kind of, in a sense, they wasted their money because for whatever reason they thought they were going to be getting something else whenever. That's the thing that's funny, because it's like with Sparking Zero, and I know this is something different, you don't have to watch this part of the video, but with Sparking Zero, they already announced who would be coming, in a sense. Like, they said, all right, Superheroes Pack 1, Daima's Pack 2, and Daima's Pack 3. If you already did not give a fuck about Daima to begin with, why would you even buy the Ultimate Edition? Like, there are people like, I spent $110 on this game, and I didn't want Daima. It's like, motherfucker, you saw that. Are you, like, how did you not see? They announced it, they showed that this is what you would be getting, right? Like, what? But yeah, this one is good for the most part. I think these are very popular characters. 1,000 Year Blood War has brought Bleach back into the action for things, so I think a lot of these characters people will like, right? So thanks for watching. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell. I'll keep you guys updated on Bleach Rebirth of Souls, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!
This is Broly, and you are watching Slow Plays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.